Live from Stadium Field on the campus of Darien High School, it's varsity football on the DAF Media Network. Tonight, under the lights, it's the quarterfinals of the CIAC Class LL Tournament between the Darien Blue Wave and the Greenwich Cardinals. Hi, everybody. I'm Damian Andrews. So glad you could be with us for this DAF Media broadcast, which is being live streamed also to our local live friends. Damian Andrew with Tommy Mercine. We will rejoin you in a bit. Here's the national anthem, Shannon Flaherty.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the red bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Beautiful rendition of the national anthem sung by Darien High School seniors Shannon Flaherty and Damian Andrew, and alongside Tommy Mercine. And Tommy, thanks so much for hopping back on with us. And these games just continue to get bigger as the season progresses. It's December football. That means the high school state playoffs in the state of Connecticut. And this is a good one between Darien and Greenwich, two FCIAC rivals.
It sure is, Damian. I'll tell you, this picks up right where the last one left off, which is one of the most incredible endings of a football game I've ever seen.
Yep.
As you recall, it was 4th and 1 on the 3-yard line going in with 5 seconds left.
Yep.
And the Greenwich quarterback spiked the football
On
to give
4th
Darien
down.
the game.
Greenwich thought they had a first down, and it was just a miscommunication. And in matter of fact, Tommy, the Darien players didn't realize that it was game over.
The audience was stunned. I mean, it was total silence at the end of a football game. And I'll tell you, Greenwich went home with the momentum. So it'd be interesting to see how this game picks up, because Darien got off to a 21-0 lead last game.
Yep.
Greenwich came back, and Darien had missed an extra point.
Yep.
So if Greenwich had scored, they were probably going to win the game.
No doubt.
It's a fantastic finish, and this is a great rematch.
And we'll see what happens. Darien, of course, coming off the tough Turkey Bowl loss, 20-0 here at home, and Greenwich coming off a big win against their longtime Turkey Bowl opponent in Staples. And so we'll see, to your point, where the emotions are here at the outset of this game. Greenwich won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half. So Darien's offense will get a first crack at this one, as we are just about ready to go green here from Stadium Field. Minikis takes it at around the 15-yard line, across the 20, out to about the 30-yard line. So Michael Minikis with a nice little return now, and the Darien offense comes out onto the field, led, of course, by senior quarterback Peter Graham, number 11. Darien in the blue uniforms. They will be moving from right to left here in this first quarter. Greenwich in the white uniforms. They'll be moving from left to right. Greenwich is the 6th seed in these state playoffs. Darien, the 3 seed. Darien probably would have been the number 1 seed. Actually, no probably about it. They would have had they beaten New Canaan on Thanksgiving Day.
No doubt. But I'll tell you, momentum now I think is on Greenwich's side. It's up to Darien to prove that they can move the ball and establish themselves, because they were not impressive on Thanksgiving.
And handoff to Kirby. Nothing doing there. He is stuffed at the line of scrimmage as we take another look at this. Trying to run it up the gut, and nice penetration there by William Montesi.
That's an inauspicious start for Darien for sure. And they got to really set a tone here, Darien does, because I do believe that the momentum is in Greenwich's favor here.
Here's Graham out of the shotgun. On the run, gonna keep it. Gets to the near sideline across the 40 to about the 43-yard line.
Good decision. Good decision not to throw it. And you know, he's always looking downfield. Peter loves to throw the deep ball. And that was a smart decision to run it there.
And he made that decision early, didn't wait too long, was able to get outside and picks up the first down. So a fresh set of downs here for the Blue Wave. Two receivers out to the right. He gives it to Kirby, and once again, Kirby met at the line of scrimmage. This time, it's Steven Sergio, number 82.
Boy, they better get better blocking than that if they're going to want to establish any kind of a running game tonight, I'll tell you.
And I would think, let me ask you this, I would think establishing that running game with Kirby is paramount.
Totally. I was on the field with the coaches beforehand, and one of the coaches, Coach Grant, said they got to get Kirby 20 touches. And if they get 20 touches that way, it's going to be minus 40 yards, so they better get some going positive.
Second down, Graham puts it up, and that's out of bounds. The intended receiver was Jackson Peters. He was well covered by Mark Hugo.
And again, 3rd and 12 is a tough one to call a play on. You know what they're gonna, you got to get 12 yards, and the defense can lay back. Let's see if they blitz.
We'll get to our DAF media production crew here. Our directors, Braden Schenk, Michael Mercine on instant replay. Camera 1, Ben Wychulis, Dylan DeRiso is our ISO camera operator. Here we go, 3rd down. Darien, Graham, looking across the middle, and it's picked off.
Boy. Fortunately, it's on the other side of the field, but I was going to say, you just don't want to have turnovers here. Turnovers are going to be critical in this game.
Jack Cook with the interception for Greenwich. And Graham throwing over the middle. And a nice read by Cook. He steps right in front of the intended receiver.
And, you know, that's the problem with 3rd and 12. You can drop 7, 8 guys. You know they got to get 12 yards, and you can pretty much defend whatever they throw at you.
So the Greenwich offense comes out onto the field.
And obviously A.J. Barber and Cody Camizio are the two weapons that Greenwich has relied on all year outside. And their quarterback's got 2,000 yards passing. He's had a great year. Offense is very potent, this Greenwich offense.
Yeah, James Ranello is the starting quarterback. That pass was intended for number 18, Matthew Pills, the senior. So 2nd down and 10 for Greenwich. We are just underway here from Stadium Field. Really a beautiful night. It is cool, but a nice night to play football.
You know there's no wind.
There's no wind. That is
both teams.
Absolutely. And that pass is complete. I think just shy of a 1st down. Pills with the reception there. And Ranello zipped it in there.
That was a great throw.
So it's 3rd and 2. So to your point, a manageable 3rd down here for Greenwich. You mentioned the wind. Stark contrast to Thanksgiving Day where the wind was an issue. 15 to 20 mile per hour winds.
That really knocked out Peter Graham from the game, it seemed like. That's a great stop right there. We'll see if they go for it, but that's a critical play for Darien defense.
Sam Wilson in on that stop. Teddy Christensen also in on that tackle. Greenwich will punt here, Tommy, so your question is answered. Yeah.
This is a classic area from which to fake it. We'll see what they do.
Anthony Morello, as you mentioned, is the head coach of the Greenwich Cardinals and has done a great job in his first year with the program, taking over for Johnny Marinelli. And it's a low punt, fielded it around the 15-yard line by Minikis, and he is dragged down at around the 14. Not much doing there.
Nope, so we traded initial punches in the first 2 drives, and we'll see if Darien can get a rhythm going on offense. I'll tell you, they do need to establish the run, though. Those first 2 run opportunities were not very impressive for the Darien offensive line.
And that was Evan Weigold on the tackle for Greenwich. And here comes the Darien offense out onto the field for the second time in this ball game. We're under 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter, no scores. Both offenses have had a crack at it. Giffer in motion. The handoff to
No, the keeper.
the keeper. It's the keeper. Great ball fake by Peter Graham.
Great fake.
How about that? Looked like he went to Kirby. He sold that well, and he picks up a couple.
Kirby looked surprised that Peter Graham kept the ball. But again, that's great because you want defense to be a little bit off balance.
Yep.
And you want to make them cover everybody.
Well, it certainly faked me out. A nice ball fake there by Graham. Graham now looking downfield, flushed out of the pocket, complete to Jackson Peters. Great throw and a terrific catch by Peters as he was well defended here.
And you know, he gets his hands on the ball beautifully. He caught the ball in his hands up high. It's a great job. That's something you don't teach. It just happens.
Trip receivers wide to the right. Here's Graham now looking downfield, going up top for Minikis. And it's complete to Michael Minikis. Great catch. He was well defended on that play by number 4.
When he was throwing it, it looked like it was a bad throw. And he put it in exactly where it needed to be. Very, very good throw and a better catch.
Jason Geisis. Nice catch by Minikis inside the 30-yard line. So the Darien offense now on the move. 1st and 10 at the Greenwich 30. And Kirby gets nothing there.
I think that Darien might want to go to a screen game here to try to open the game up because they're just having no success running the ball in between the tackles.
Trip receivers out left. Here's Graham. Puts it up and just out of reach of the diving Jackson Peters. He came back for it.
It was a slight misread.
Yep.
But he definitely threw it to the open field, and it was a good decision by Peter.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down here for Darien. Big play for this Blue Wave offense here.
I think it's 2-down territory.
Yeah,
I think
I would agree.
You know, you get 4, 5, 6 yards here. I think that's perfectly adequate. We'll see what Rob does.
Third down and long. Here's Graham, puts it up for Peters, and it's overthrown. Peters looked like he stopped on the ball.
He did.
And so we'll see what Darien does here. December.
You got to go for it.
Yeah.
Max, you pick up 10, 15 yards, and you can't kick it from there. I don't think Darien has the kicking ability to hit what would be a 45, 46-yard field goal. So.
And they will, in fact, go for it.
And the play here is throw it deep and hope some kid picks it off if it doesn't get a touchdown.
3 receivers spread out to the left. Here's Graham now. Puts it up.
There you go.
For Gifford.
Oh,
and that's a going to be a pass interference call
here.
No
question about that.
So Darien is going to get a huge break here as the pass interference on Mark Hugo. And it looked like Gifford was almost going to make that catch.
Yeah, he had a shot, and the defender just did nothing to turn around and look for the ball. It was an obvious call on pass interference. And again, that's a great call on 4th and long. Either they're going to get picked off going to be incomplete, or it's going to be caught, or you got a chance of pass interference. So really 2 out of the 3 things that can happen are good for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. So Darien with a huge opportunity here on the penalty by Greenwich.
They really do need to establish a running game. They've got nothing so far.
Trip receivers out left again. Kirby in the backfield with Graham.
And it looks like a check with me. They're looking at the defense that Greenwich is lining up in and then calling the play.
And they give it to Kirby.
Greenwich shifted, yep.
And a nice tackle that time by Weigold, the captain. He comes up and
if you notice, what Greenwich did that was very smart was they let coaches and Peter Graham see the play, and then they shifted after they sent in another play.
Yep.
Which definitely neutralized what they thought they had, and that was a smart defensive move by Greenwich.
Under 7 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. No score. Darien second down here. Graham swings it out to Kirby. Nice cutback, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Nice play by Will Kirby.
That was one of the few effective plays in the Turkey Bowl, too. That's a play they've probably run about 1,000 times in 7-on-7 and over the course of the season, and that timing is just perfect. So a much harder throw than you think.
Jack Cook on the tackle that time for Greenwich. 3rd and 5. Good crowd on hand for this one.
They might want to blitz. Here they come.
Graham gets rid of it over the middle. And
now Rob's got a decision.
Yep. The intended receiver was Ryan Mulligan.
And they've not had a huge amount of success kicking this year.
No.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Rob goes for the 6 points or the first down.
So the offense does stay out on
the
field.
Or they draw them offside.
Oh, they draw them, yeah. Trip receivers to the left. Here's Graham over the middle, complete, and that's a touchdown, Darien. Sean Gifford in the end zone, and a touchdown, Blue Wave, as he extended the ball across the goal line, and that is a score for Darien as the Blue Wave strike first. And let's take another look.
That was a well-conceived play. As you saw, Peter Graham looked off the defense by looking to pass it to Kirby, and then went over the middle with a strike.
Oh, great angle right there to look at that, as you can see him extend the ball over the goal line. Great work by our crew.
Work. Great job, man.
Jack Cook was there again, made the initial hit on Gifford. And a great job with that camera down there in the corner of the end zone. Well,
offside, so
anytime, Tommy, you can grab the lead first in a big game like this, I would think it's always beneficial.
Absolutely.
Hayden Hall on to attempt the point after for Darien, and it is no good. No good. Wow. So Hall, the junior, misses the PAT. It is 6-0 Darien. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more live football here on the DAF Media Network.
We're back with a squib kick there.
Sorry about that, Tommy. Stepped away for just a moment. Greenwich offense will come back out on the field after the squib kick by Darien. And want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching this on the DAF Media Network, also being simulcast on Local Live. And the Greenwich offense now back out onto the field here.
It's important. I think a lot of pressure on Greenwich to answer that drive because clearly I think the momentum was in, as I said, Greenwich's favor coming into the game, and then Darien with an effective drive neutralized that and could be putting Greenwich on their back feet if they don't do something positive here. We'll see.
Ranello out of the shotgun, the handoff, and a big stuff right there by that Darien line. Will Bothwell in on the stop. And Bothwell,
it's a great tackle.
Such a great player. Really aggressive down lineman.
Leading the team in tackles.
Yep.
Great athlete.
Yep.
All heart, plays 100% every play.
Doesn't say a whole lot, but he lets his actions speak for him on the field. Here's Ranello again out of the shotgun, looking near side of the field. Pass is complete at about the 45-yard line. The pass complete to A.J. Barber as we take another look at this. Great job by Dylan DeRiso.
It's a great timing pattern. And again, A.J. Barber, Tiki Barber's son, I think he's got a number of offers from Division I schools.
Well, certainly has terrific genes.
Sure does.
And 3 receivers split out to the left for Greenwich. Near side of the field to Barber again. This time it's incomplete. Ranello gets rid of the ball quickly.
He does.
Tommy.
Got a great release. You know, both quarterbacks have just a lightning fast release.
And Ranello, just a junior, so he'll be back next season for Coach Morello.
I'm going to get a punt here. Again, this is fake territory. I would make sure that my defense is not looking for a punt return. If you see Rob, he's sprinting down there trying to make sure that Minikis knows he should fair catch it.
Minikis back to receive for Darien.
Good set of downs for Darien again, neutralizing Greenwich, going with a 3 and out. It was a big series to keep the momentum in Darien's favor here.
That was the punter, was Quentin Fox, the senior for Greenwich. What a job Anthony Morello has done. Was on Johnny Marinelli's staff.
Yep.
Marinelli leaves to become an assistant coach at the University of Arizona. And Morello gets the keys to the program. And, oh, by the way, we're back in the state playoffs. Just 1 loss during the regular season. Not bad.
These are 2 of the best programs in Fairfield County. You've got, hundreds of kids in the youth level.
Yep.
They feed them all in. They've got probably 200 kids each in the program in high school, which is very unusual in this day and age. It's great to see. And, 2 very, very storied programs.
Here's Graham. And tries to get rid of it. I guess that's going to be an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
Little shuffle pass.
Peter Graham should not put his hands on his head because that would definitely give away the fact that it was grounding.
Yeah.
They won't call it. Now they go. The histrionics from Peter Graham, I think, precipitated the late flag for grounding.
So it is a late flag for grounding.
And it's probably the
There's
right call.
the yellow hanky, yeah.
Between the tackles,
Yep.
and there was nobody near the call. No near the ball.
Well, I paused because I was surprised that I didn't see a flag at first. I think getting back to your point about these 2 programs, I mean, I don't think I'm overstating things by saying they're 2 of the top programs in the entire Nutmeg State.
Oh, no doubt.
When you talk about the youth level, let's face it, that's where it all gets done and it filters to the junior varsity and varsity programs at the respective high schools. And That's how you build programs at the varsity level.
And for those who don't know, Greenwich has 6 teams in their own league.
Yeah.
They go 3, 4, 6, 5, 6, and 7, 8 in terms of grades, and they've got hundreds and hundreds of kids playing youth football. And again, that's the key to a good program.
Graham pass complete to Michael Minikis, and around the 11-yard line he is brought down. Weigold on the tackle once again. We've called his name another number of times, and you can tell why he's the captain, one of the captains of this Greenwich team. 6'2", 186 pounds. The linebacker there, Weigold. Much like Sam Wilson for Darien. Here's Graham looking downfield to Michael Minikis. Pass is complete along the near sideline, and he is finally pushed out of bounds.
Boy, that's a morale killer for Greenwich.
Yeah.
They thought they had him deep. They had 2 great plays, and what a beautiful pass. A back shoulder throw, and Minikis makes the adjustment in midair. It's just a terrific pass and catch.
So Darien with a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10.
And that's a play that inspires tons of confidence in the offense and just completely demoralizes the defense.
And Rob Traffone's going to call a timeout here. We will take a quick timeout as we take a look at the Darien offense coming over to the sideline. We'll be back with more live football. You're watching the DAF Media Network. Darien leads Greenwich in the quarterfinals of the CIAC Class LL Tournament, 6-0 with 3:34 left in the first quarter. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew, Tommy Mersine joining you. Thanks for joining us. Peter Graham complete to Sean Gifford at around the 47-yard line before he is pushed out of bounds by Vincent Cece, number 5 for
Who's
Greenwich.
a heck of a player.
Yeah.
Leads the team. One of the top tacklers in the state.
Yep. Vincent Cece, 5'11", 185. Also just a junior, so he'll be back for Coach Morello.
There's a lot of juniors in this team. They're going to be in contention for a number of years to come.
Graham swings it out to Kirby, but it's overthrown. You know, and here's the thing. They had a lot of seniors last year on their state championship team. They lose their head coach. They lose those seniors, and they're right back in the quarterfinals of the state playoffs, having gone 9-1 during the regular season.
And again, that's the benefit of feeding 50 kids in every year that had a good experience in the youth program.
This is a Greenwich program that's won 8 state championships since 1981. Darien, on the flip side, has won 7 since 1979. Kirby catches it around midfield across the 40, 35, and he's brought down at the Greenwich 34-yard line.
And Will Kirby's just way too open. That's got to be a coverage miscue on the part of Greenwich because he was just way too open.
You know what I liked about that pass catch by Kirby? Breaks the tackle, and then he extends the body to pick up another 2 yards.
And protects the football.
Yep. Will Kirby, a terrific player and a even better individual. They give it to Kirby again. Another nice ball fake by Graham.
In the middle.
Yep. Yeah, that line has collapsed on those runs up the middle.
Collision's got a couple of those players woozy on the inside. Rob Better. Is that Mark Trafone, 55?
That is Mark Trafone, yes.
He looks a little woozy.
Number 55.
I'm 2.
And here's Graham. Throws, and it's picked off at the 15-yard line. And the return across the 45, brought down at the 50. And that was Jack O'Gorman on the pick.
Great run. A little bit of a forced pass there.
Yep. And Alec Washeka on the tackle for Darien.
So here we go. A chance to shift the momentum on the side of into Greenwich's hands. We'll see what the defense for Darien can do here.
Well, as you said at the outset of the broadcast, this was a Greenwich team, a Greenwich offense specifically, that gained momentum and confidence as the game wore on in that regular season game at Cardinal Stadium.
And they're not going to give up. I mean, if you think about the last game, they were down 21-0. It looked like it was completely over in the first half, and they came back with a phenomenal performance in the second half of the last game.
Ball on the 47-yard line.
The cowbells out here at Stadium Field as the Blue Wave faithful cheering on their team. Ranello mishandles the snap, gets it, and that's an incomplete pass.
Bringing up another 3rd and long for Greenwich.
So each of these teams with just one loss during the regular season. Darien beat Greenwich back on October 26th. And Darien lost to New Canaan here on Thanksgiving Day. Here's Ranello. Throws it downfield to Barber. And in and out of his hands.
Yeah, great recovery by the defender there too.
That was Connor O'Malley on the coverage for Darien.
And we're going to have another punt from around the 50 for Greenwich. It's their 3rd or 4th punt from that area.
Certainly a catchable ball there.
Great
for
throw.
Barber.
Very good throw.
On the move, Ranello made that throw. Quentin Fox back to punt for Greenwich, and Michael Minikis is back to receive for
Looks like
Darien.
Greenwich is short of player here.
James Schmidt comes running onto the field.
Too much time.
And it is a delay of game penalty against Greenwich. Tommy, I have to be honest with you. I took my son to the Giants-Packers game the other day on Sunday at MetLife, and then no school for many kids here in Connecticut and in New York, where I live in Rockland County. I thought it was going to be really frigid tonight, and it's very bearable.
It is perfect, and here goes either a botched snap or a called fake, but certainly didn't work out, and that is a tough one for Greenwich.
That's a tough one for Greenwich as Fox tries to pick up something. And Sam Wilson in on that tackle on the far side of the field. So
yeah, it's a beautiful night tonight.
Really
Just gorgeous.
is. Darien now will get the ball here at the Greenwich 40-yard line.
Feels like it should be more than 6-0, doesn't it?
It does.
Feel like
it does.
Darien is one
It does.
touchdown and an extra point away from
It does.
being behind here.
You take away those 2 turnovers,
Yep.
and it very well could be. Trip receivers out to the left. Kirby, the lone back. Here's Graham. Throws near side of the field, complete to Gifford.
Well-constructed play there. They had the Gifford doing a drag underneath and the 2 other receivers running deep.
Gifford has really, as the season has progressed, has become a big staple in this Darien offense, along, of course, with Jackson Peters.
Well, when Damalik got hurt in the beginning of the year, they were counting on him to be a contributor. He gets hurt, and people got to step up. And they've done a great job. One of the benefits of having a bunch of Division I lacrosse players on the edges of your football team.
Here's Graham, little dump pass to Kirby. And we've got a late flag here. Let's see what we've got here, Tommy.
In the area of defensive holding, we should still see what that is.
The official talking to the Greenwich sideline.
The refs aren't mic'd, are they?
No. Darien says it's against Greenwich. Let's see.
No flag.
No flag.
They thought it was going to be a pass downfield, and they thought there would be a blocker downfield. But because it was a screen, I think the flag came out inadvertently.
So the flag goes.
And this is two-down territory, right? You're in the 34-yard line.
13 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Darien up 6-0. Graham pitches to Kirby. And
that's
he takes
smart. Getting them, they're having no success up the middle, so you got to get the ball into your running back's hand somehow. That was a smart call.
He's the type of back where you just got to get it into his hands, whether it's throwing him the ball, pitch out like here.
A kid like that needs 10 or 20 touches in a game, and he'll break one.
That'll do it for the first quarter here. Quarterfinals of the CIAC Class LL State Playoffs, and Darien leads Greenwich 6-0. We will take a break, and we will be back with more football. You're watching the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Darien, 1st and 10 in Greenwich territory.
Oh, it's a great pattern.
Just missed him as Graham tries to get it to Gifford on the far side of the field.
Gifford made one too many moves. It was a great pattern, and he was very open.
Sean Gifford.
I think each coach has to be satisfied with where their team is after one quarter. It's a 6-0 game. Darien has had 2 turnovers, and Greenwich has not capitalized, and Greenwich has not let this game get out of hand, which is crucial. So I think both coaches probably feel like they're in a pretty good place.
And Graham is brought down by number 62, O'Teary. Big play by the captain.
And again, I think you got 2-down territory here, so there's no need to go for the first. Get 5 or 6 yards would be sufficient.
We take another look at this. O'Teary right there, the big fella, and he brings down Graham. Graham looking
Good blitz
downfield.
pickup.
Put it up for Mulliken.
He
And
stopped running.
Yeah, he did.
Stopped
He did.
running.
Yep.
There's a little bit of a potential miscommunication, but 17 keeps running, and that's a touchdown.
We saw that down here with Jackson Peters.
Yep.
Stop running on a route in the first quarter. Second quarter here, you're watching the DAF Media Network, and of course, it's a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Our student volunteer production crew, Braden Shank is our director, rather. Michael Mercine is our instant replay coordinator. Dylan DeRiso on camera 2, and camera 1 is Ben Wychulis.
All freshman crew, right?
All freshman crew
They're
tonight.
doing a great job.
Doing a terrific job bringing you all the sights and sounds of this CIAC Class LL state playoff game. Quarterfinals, the winner of this one moves on to play the winner of the Southington-Ridgefield game. Of course, Darien beat Southington earlier this season, back in September. Here's Graham now, puts it up for Minikis. Minikis comes back on it, makes the catch at the 10-yard line.
That's a great play by Minikis.
He was defended by a much bigger
flag.
player.
We've got a hold again. That's coming back, Damien. That's too bad. That's the second big penalty against Darien in a row. So you've got 2 turnovers, 2 massive penalties. This is not productive for the Darien offense. That's a fantastic catch.
Nice catch by Minikis. Comes back for it. Geisis was right there as we take another look at this angle.
And look how he goes up and gets at the high point. Great job on the replay, guys. So now we've got 3rd and 1,000.
But all for naught as we have the penalty on Darien. Yeah, 3rd and a long ways.
This is where the demoralized coach calls a running play.
Yeah. Here's Graham. Throws near side of the field. Mulliken complete at around the 50-yard line.
Okay, so we're just going to set up a punt, try to play the field position game.
And the field position game, so important in a game of this magnitude.
Especially for Darien, which does have a great defense. They get a lot of talk about their offensive weapons and the passing of Peter Graham, but really the strength of the team for the last 3 or 4 years has been the defense.
Well, as you and I have talked about before on these broadcasts, you know, Coach Trefone hangs his hat on defense. He's a defensive guy, and when he was building this program over a decade ago, he built a solid defense.
He's always been a defensively minded guy, that's
Yep.
right. And Mike Forget, who he brought in 4 or 5 years ago
Yep.
to run the defense, has
Yep.
done a terrific job.
Yep.
Really terrific job. I mean, this program in Darien is run as well as any college program that I've seen. I've said that before. But having watched Rob and his assistants conduct practice and do game planning and comparing it to what I know about college, these kids are every bit as prepared as most colleges for games.
It's something else, isn't it?
It really is amazing.
I mean, Greenwich too. The way they have everything organized, I think, is the best word I can use to describe it. You
and
know,
it's
at
great
the
for the
high school
kids
level.
to see.
Yep.
They get to see someone who's excellent do what they do, and they learn from that. And no matter what they do in life, they can take those lessons and move on with them. It's really a special opportunity.
And the punt is blocked.
That was
by
not special.
Greenwich. Ball's loose on the turf, and Greenwich comes up with it at around the 26-yard line.
That's a big mistake. Not a turnover, but worse. I mean, it technically is a turnover, but on 4th down, that's a huge difference in the field position game.
Weigold recovers the blocked punt, and that is huge. And that's one thing you and I didn't talk about. Special teams always a big
Critical.
factor in games like this.
You know, there's a saying, the special teams reel in the films is as thick as the offensive or defense. There are as many special teams plays as there are offensive defensive plays in the game.
There's Ranello. And
That's
he
a fumble.
is hit, and he loses the ball, and Greenwich recovers.
And with that, Ivanchik.
And it was David Ivanchik with the hit.
Now you're tempted to say he's a mini Mark, but he is. He's definitely come into his own this year as only a sophomore.
Well, listen, I forget who I was talking to on Thanksgiving morning, but he might end up being the best out
I know.
of the three.
I heard
when
that,
it's all
and I
said
think
and
you might be right.
And Hunter Clark with a nice run up the gut. And Greenwich is in business here on offense.
3rd and 11. And again, this is 2-down territory for Greenwich as well. So they haven't gone to number 2 yet, Comizio. Let's see what they do.
They got a lot back there on that running play. This time,
Nothing. Good defense.
Ivanchik brings down Clark.
And again, I had the pleasure of coaching Mark through his entire youth career and into high school. And these Ivanchiks, they're just very low center of gravity. They come hard. They have a low center of gravity. They can really come quickly, a great foot speed. You know, Mark's had a great career at Penn playing lacrosse.
Yep. How about that for options?
Right?
Play football, play lacrosse at a great institution, and he elected to play lacrosse.
He was All-American last year.
Yeah, yep. Terrific lacrosse player.
Ran out of time, too much time.
And I don't think Mark it ever gets old when you tell Mark he broke Dwight Freeney's all-time sacks record in the state of Connecticut for high school football.
I think it was 66.5 sacks, if I recall correctly.
I believe you're right on that.
And he's got 12 as a sophomore, so it's not out of the question that he could break his brother's record.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that he's only a sophomore given the impact that he's had on these games for Darien on the defensive side of the ball. So
empty backfield.
4th down and long for Greenwich. Ranello, and the ball comes loose again, but I think
that'll be a first down for Darien either way.
How about the throwing motion here on this?
His arm was going forward.
Yeah,
that's a good call.
The ball, I agree.
Well, like I said, it doesn't matter. It's 4th down.
That's right.
But again, that's a good job by Darien because they had the miscue on the blocked punt. So now you've got 2 turnovers and a blocked punt that Greenwich has been unable to capitalize on.
Yep. Yeah, right. And to your point, that when you said both coaches have to feel good about where they are right now, I mean Greenwich really has to feel good because, it's not 21-0 or 20-0 Darien. Nearly a stop in the backfield, but Sam Wilson makes something out of nothing.
Goodness gracious, somebody forgot to block there.
Edward Oteri with the initial hit.
And I think the 2-back set is smart because they just have no success running in the middle thus far if you're Darien. Good throw. You know, what Darien's doing is picking up the blitz well. Greenwich is blitzing hard, and Darien's doing a good job picking it up.
Third down here for the Blue Wave.
And they're going 3 into the boundary, which is a little bit of an unusual formation.
Gifford in motion.
Graham puts it up, and the intended receiver was Gifford. Incomplete pass.
He threw into double coverage. There was
Yep.
not much open there.
Gifford had a beat on it. Well defended that time by Jack Cook
Hayden Hall.
and O'Gorman,
Darien.
Jack O'Gorman.
A.J. Barber waits on the 30.
So Hayden Hall on to punt for the Blue Wave. A.J. Barber back to receive at around the Greenwich 30-yard line.
Good punt.
Fair catch.
And he fumbles.
bobbles it. And it's recovered.
And I think they're going to throw a penalty on Darien for interfering with the fair catch. So that would not have mattered.
Kobe Comizio pounced on it on the loose ball. Sam Wilson was right there. Comizio jumps on it.
Kick catch interference is the ball.
So you are exactly right. I think that's what we're going to have here.
Yep.
And so it'll be first down Greenwich. They're going to get some additional yards here. They spot the ball at the 41-yard line. So 1st and 10 Greenwich on their own 41. Under 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Darien up 6-0 in this state playoff game. Quarterfinals here from Stadium Field. The handoff to Clark.
Okay.
He gets it to about the 45, let's say the 44-yard line. Hunter Clark, a big fella. Built
Very big.
much like Kirby.
It just feels like Darien is hanging on here on defense, and we'll see what happens.
Ranello, throw to the near side of the field, complete to Barber. He sheds a tackler and gets it to about the 51-yard line.
Should be a first, maybe a little short of the first. Oh, they give him the first.
It's 49, what am I saying? 49-yard line.
At the 51.
51, that's something
First
new,
and
isn't
10
it?
on the 51.
So the 49-yard line is where they mark it. Ranello out of the shotgun. Nice ball fake, swings it out.
And that's getting the ball
Wide.
to Comizio's hands. They have not done that yet. Kid's a great player.
Comizio across the 35. That'll be a first down Cardinals. And
His older brother, Tyler Covey, was a great player for Greenwich as well last year. Currently a freshman at University of Pennsylvania.
Clark up the middle.
Looks like Greenwich is trying to go a little up-tempo
Yep.
here.
Yep. They've quickened the pace. I expect you to always bring that up with me now. Ball on the 51-yard line.
Exactly.
So Greenwich now stringing together a drive here. Second down, Ranello. Pass is complete on the far side of the field.
Good
to
timing
Barber.
pattern. Good catch.
Barber's a nice player.
Oh, he's a great player.
There's Ranello. Zips it to Barber, and he gets 1 foot in bounds. That's all he needed.
And again, I'm reluctant to project, but if they score, it's going to be, could be 7-6, and it sure doesn't feel like it has been a 7-6 first half. Again, this Greenwich team is not going to give up. They have a lot of character. They play hard on every play, and they're going to give Darien their money's worth for 60 minutes of football, or 48, whatever the number is in high school.
And we've got flags all over the field.
That could go either way. I think they'll call false start.
False start.
Yeah. Could make a case that was the defense jumped and the offensive player moved because of the jump, but that call happened to go in Darien's favor, so we'll take it.
Ball pushed back to the 7. Second down, start.
Second down and about 6 here for Greenwich. Here's Ranello.
Looking for Barber or Camizio.
Camizio, he sheds a tackler. Camizio gets into the end zone as he breaks a tackle, and he takes it into the end zone, and that is a Greenwich touchdown.
And Darien actually should consider themselves lucky here with a block punt, a couple of turnovers, a couple mistakes.
We've seen a little bit of everything in this first half, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's a very bizarre game.
For a 6-6 game,
yeah,
there's been a lot going on.
Yep.
There's no question about that.
Yep, absolutely right.
Then Howard on to attempt the PAT.
And that PAT is
Wow.
no good.
Okay.
No good. They're tied again.
6-6. Well, that's a relief.
So it's 6-6 with 4:32 left in the first half. Quarterfinals of the Class LL state playoffs. The winner will play the winner of the Ridgefield-Southington game on Monday. Now, if Darien wins and Southington wins, well, if Southington wins, doesn't matter who wins between Darien and Greenwich. That game will be played at Southington. If Ridgefield wins, it doesn't matter. Whoever wins this game will have another home game.
Yep.
6 FC. This is the strength of the FCIAC. 6 FCIAC teams in the state playoffs.
Pretty amazing.
Wilton was able to squeak in. Ridgefield's in. These two teams. St. Joe's has just a juggernaut this season.
They're playing Wilton tonight, right?
Yes, I believe so. And a lot of people have been talking up Daniel Hand as being maybe the top team in the state. So we'll see. I mean, obviously we're talking different classifications here, but in Class LL, these two teams that you're seeing play tonight are certainly going to be forces. Whoever survives and advances here tonight will not be an easy opponent moving forward.
It feels like these two teams have done a lot of work to get to 6-6.
Yeah.
There's been a lot that's transpired in the first half.
It is really a lot
to get to a
going on.
6-6 deadlock.
Yep.
With 4 minutes to go.
Both mixed extra points after the touchdown.
Yep.
Minikis takes it across the 30.
Across the 30 up to the 34.
Minikis, just a great athlete. Very quick on his feet. joining his brother at Colgate to play lacrosse,
Yeah.
I believe.
Brian up there at Colgate. Colin at Amherst.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the fall if there wasn't a Minikis with
Yeah.
a football in his hands in Darien, right?
And there's another one coming. Graham back out onto the field. Trying to get something going with this Darien offense. We are knotted at
minimizing the mistakes will be the key for Darien here. They just do not need to make any mistakes.
And a nice catch in and out. Couldn't hold on to it. Jackson Peters on the far side of the field. And
That was just a couple inches away from being a beautiful play. It was a good throw. Great job by the replay crew here.
yeah, great job by our ISO camera guy, Dylan DeRiso, and our instant replay coordinator, Michael Mercine.
And again, Darien has had the running game basically taken away from them in the middle. So that definitely limits their options as to what they can do here.
Here's Kirby. And Kirby.
The first play in between the tackles has gotten positive yardage.
He's brought down by Cece, Vincent Cece, who you spoke about earlier in this broadcast. And the ball is on the 37-yard line. Trip receivers to the right.
And they're bringing a linebacker. They're bringing both linebackers here, and that
Gets it to Kirby. And Kirby takes it across the 40-yard line, right at the 40.
And again, bringing two linebackers just means that there wasn't enough time for Peter Graham to make the reads necessary to see the receivers downfield that were open. But when you're bringing two linebackers, you're not going to have the ability to get the quarterback the time to see what's going on downfield. So it seems like a lot of punts so far.
Hayden Hall, the punt, and it's fielded by
Camizio.
Camizio at the 30-yard line. So the Greenwich offense comes back out onto the field. It's 6-6, 3:03 left in the first half. You're watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Our production crew, all student volunteers. Our director is Braden Schenk. Our instant replay coordinator is Michael Mercine. Camera 1, Ben Wychulis, and camera 2, Dylan DeRiso. I am Damian Andrew alongside Tommy Mercine. And James Ranello works out of the shotgun, hands off to Hunter Clark. And not much there.
And you know, Damon, I'm going to tell you, this is a very important series of downs for Darien because they're kind of hanging on after one good drive and a bunch of mistakes. And I don't think they want to go into the halftime locker room having let Greenwich, either with a score or a long drive. Greenwich gets the ball, I believe, in the beginning of the second half. So this is a critical series of downs here for the Darien defense.
Yeah, they deferred to the second half, so they'll get the ball to start the second half. Will Greenwich, after winning the coin toss. A sea of red in the stands.
Yeah, great crowd.
Great crowd on hand. Of course, great crowd on Thanksgiving Day here at Stadium Field. Unfortunately for the Blue Wave faithful, it did not go their way as New Canaan won the Turkey Bowl for the third straight season.
Yeah, my son told me I wasn't allowed to talk about it. So
beating Darien 20-0. Here's Ranello out of the shotgun. Barber in motion. And he is hit at the line of scrimmage, intercepted.
Bothwell,
and that is a Darien touchdown.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
Great job by the defensive line of Darien getting a good push there. Great job.
Will Bothwell, I think on the initial hit, Slaneski.
I think so.
And Will Bothwell comes up with it. We can't see it from that angle, but a nice play by Will Bothwell.
You love to see number 52 score a touchdown,
Wow.
right?
That is exactly what the Darien faithful was looking for. When you can generate points off of your defense.
Not again.
The extra point, no good.
So you'd think with a program with a couple hundred kids in it, and that you'd find someone that could kick an extra point. I've discussed this with Rob before. You know, they could put a bunch of kids into Division I lacrosse and practice since August. They can't make an extra point.
12-6, Slaneski.
So Slaneski had the knockdown for that penalty, that play?
Yeah, that was Slaneski who had the initial hit on Ranello, and Bothwell with the interception. And that is a big play for Darien. You were just talking about it.
You needed
just
something.
Seconds
critical,
before that.
You know, there's people that think in high school you should never go for it, never punt if you don't have to on fourth down, and go for two if you can go for two. And
yeah.
Kicking extra points, you got to be sure you can steal a soccer player or something to make sure you can get that done.
But that is a big defensive play for
huge.
Darien.
Huge.
And just to get something positive going into the locker room like you were talking about. There's Aaron Sears to kick off for the Blue Wave. It's fielded at around the 20-yard line.
And again, there's plenty of time, 2 minutes and 12 seconds for Greenwich to score here. And Greenwich is not going to give up. These kids are going to keep coming and coming and coming and coming. So this is an equally important stand for the Darien defense.
That was Jake Shredders on the return. What a great last name for a kickoff return guy.
I wonder if he skateboards in the offseason.
We've got a penalty on Darien, so Greenwich is going to pick up some more. And again, costly penalty. This will take the ball into Darien territory. So if you're Greenwich, you got to feel good about this. You've still got plenty of time on the clock. 2:12 left in the first half. Plenty of time to get something going here. Ranello.
Camizio in motion.
Gives it to Clark. And Clark takes it up the middle. Really trying to establish Clark here in this second quarter.
Well, they got to make the Darien defense respect the run, because if they don't respect the run, they're going to be able to cover the outside guys well, and it will put them in a major disadvantage. They've been having success getting to the quarterback with the front four, so the run is critical to establishing the defense. The offense for Greenwich.
Clark again on the carry, and he's brought down by Will Bothwell.
And so I would not be surprised to see Greenwich go for 7 here. Go for the deep ball. We'll see what happens. There you go.
Across the middle, pass is complete to Pills. Matthew Pills, the senior receiver, with a nice catch. Good work by our camera crew there as he takes it across the 30.
And Greenwich has all their timeouts, so there's certainly more than enough time for Greenwich to do what they want comfortably.
James Morrissey in on that tackle for Darien. Here's Ranello. Slings it near side of the field for Barber. He catches it, gets out of bounds. Smart play by A.J. Barber, number 15.
Now they got to think from here on in, he's going to look to number 15 and number 2, who have been his key receivers all year, to work the outside patterns, make sure that they can keep the drive alive.
Want to work the sidelines, right?
Yep.
With 53 seconds left.
But again, with all their timeouts, they can pretty much do whatever they want.
Yeah. Clark. Here's Ranello. Pass complete over the middle to Pils again.
And it looks like they marked it for a first, which is a bit of a generous mark, if you ask me. It stops the clock.
It does stop the clock. Yeah, the ball is spotted at the 19. Another pass, and it's complete to Camizio.
So here's a bend but don't break kind of deal,
Yeah,
right? Let them have 5 yards, let them
Yeah.
have 4 yards.
Yeah, they're taking those passes
the
over the middle.
field is going to shrink. It's harder to arguably run a passing game at inside the 15 than it is from a little bit further out. So.
Yep. Forget is in there talking to his defense, and he appeared to be a bit animated, to say the least, huh?
Yeah, he might not be saying bend but don't break. He might be delivering a slightly different message.
In a different tone.
Mike is an excitable character. He's a terrific coach.
And a guy who looks like he could still play a little defense.
I saw him before the game, and he said, I wish I was out there.
Yep. As we take a look at the Greenwich huddle.
A.J. Barber still got those John Marinelli chartreuse socks.
Yeah, Johnny Marinelli had quite the
So you got a nice tight
colors.
one-on-one down here, and they're running it.
They give it to Clark. He cuts back, and he's tripped up.
It's a good call.
Boy, he was tripped up just inside the 5-yard line by Minikis, and that was a touchdown-saving tackle.
Looks like the ball's on the 2-yard line, so we will have first down and goal. Ball on the 2, 19 seconds remaining. One timeout.
Again, our DAF Media production crew, all student volunteers, and do a tremendous job bringing you these live stream broadcasts on the DAF Media Network. Ben Wychulis, camera 1, Dylan DeRiso, camera 2. Our director is Braden Shank, and our instant replay coordinator is Michael Minikis.
And you talk about building a program, Damien. You got all freshmen on the squad. You're doing a great job building the program.
We got freshmen on the squad tonight. A number of seniors on the squad, but they wanted to be part of the student body tonight, and I can't
blame
say
them
that
for
I
that.
blame them.
Nope.
It's 12-6 here. Darien, Greenwich, though, in business, knocking on the
First down,
door.
this is critical for Darien. If they can stop him here, this would be a huge momentum preserver.
They give it to Clark. No, he throws to Barber. Another nice ball fake.
Great fake.
Ranello to
I think he was going to Barber,
Barber.
right?
Yeah, Barber on the slant. Incomplete. Please tell me it's not just me. That's the second or third time I've gotten faked out on a ball fake tonight. That was a really nice ball fake.
Great
It looked like he gave it to Clark, had it in his belly, tucked away.
It might not hurt to go to the eye doctor,
no,
but yeah,
yeah. No, that is actually
ball's on the 97-yard line right now.
That's a long overdue trip. Not on the 51. Here's Ranello. I'm ready to call the touchdown and in and out. It was a wide open.
I'm a Darien fan, but that's a play that receiver is going to think about for a long time because he should have caught that. Number 18.
And that was number 18, Matthew Pils. That was Pils. Yeah, Pils had made a couple of nice catches.
That's one of those
on
ones
this
you
drive.
lay in bed awake at night
Yeah.
and replay over and over again.
So 12 seconds left in the first half. It's third down. And I
Darien
believe
uses their last timeout.
Darien
Smart.
called the timeout. Yep. We'll take a quick timeout here. We'll be back as we take a look at the Darien huddle. 12-6 Darien leads Greenwich in this CIAC Class LL state quarterfinal game. You're watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We'll be back.
Okay, here we go. Big play.
We are back here. Third down. Here's Ranello. Goes corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Good coverage
They tried to
by
get
the
it
Darien
to
secondary.
Yeah,
Good
they
coverage.
tried to get it to Barber.
Okay, now we've got 4th and 2. 4th and 1.
Fourth and 2.
And they're kicking.
And they're going to kick a field goal here.
They got to get the kids
And
set.
it's then Howarth. Howarth, the snap is down, kick is up, and it is good.
Howard is up and good.
So Howarth's kick is good, and Greenwich has points on the board.
And they get the ball.
And they get the ball, yeah. And if you're Darien on the flip side, they didn't put 6 in the end zone.
They did not. So I like I said, I think this second quarter is going to end like the first quarter, ended with both coaches thinking it's okay.
Yep, I agree.
It's a struggle. It's like one of those arm wrestling matches where neither arm's really moved.
Yeah, it is a very, I guess, unusual would be an okay word to use. First half.
It's a struggle. It's like a tug of war. It's like watching it's like watching tug of war.
So we've got 5 seconds here remaining in the first half.
I'm squibbing. If I'm the Greenwich coach, I'm squibbing kicking it to make sure nothing bad happens on the return, and we'll take it to the locker room and see what happens in the second half.
Now, if you're Greenwich, you have to feel good about being in this game down just 12-9.
Exactly.
With all that's transpired.
And if you're Darien, you feel good about having a bunch of penalties, 2 turnovers, a blocked punt, and you're winning.
Yep.
They really have not, and 0 yards running.
Victor Pena, short kick, and
okay. So Darien only got 1 play.
Bounces out of bounds.
See how clever Rob Trifone wants to be. Does he just take a knee? Does he do the fake spike and throw it deep, or does he just?
Maybe a hook and ladder at the 50, at the 51.
I love that call. That's a great call. Exactly. You're on your own 60-yard line. You can run hook and ladder.
Oh boy.
They're going into the victory formation.
In my defense, I have been a little under the weather the last 2 days, so not.
Everyone,
man,
is it the tryptophans?
Wow.
So Rob pushed them back and is making them kick again. That's interesting. I guess you have the choice to do that. Or re-kicking. That doesn't make any sense. So I guess instead of taking the ball on the 40, Rob is choosing to make them re-kick. Damn it, I hope the tryptophans from the turkey have worn off by now. And there's your squib.
Squib kick, fielded at around the 21 by Minikis, and he goes to the turf.
2 seconds left.
2 seconds left. Entertaining game, though. Boy, it's
Yeah,
been fun.
it's been fun.
Entertaining game.
Like
Thanks.
I said, it's kind of like Rock'em Sock'em Robots,
It
and
is.
nobody's heads popped
Yeah.
off yet.
Yeah. And it's kind of what you would expect and hope
It is.
for, a close game like this. And both teams have had opportunities,
And
and they're just taking a knee here.
It's getting colder, too.
It is. The temperature is dropping a little bit. And that will do it for the first half, as both teams will head to their respective locker rooms. And Darien leads Greenwich 12-9 here. You are watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We will take a break, and we will be back with more live football here on the DAF Media Network. Blue Wave lead 12-9.
In 2008, a group of 4 women came together to create a playground by the beach for kids to have fun.
We thought it would be great to have a playground at the beach. We live in a community that's on the water, and it would be really fun to be able to appreciate that.
There was a playground here originally, but it was in the backwoods and there were mosquitoes. It was very, very unappealing and no one wanted to go there. Building and designing and fundraising the playground definitely took a good amount of time.
We had to fund it. It was $250,000. We had an estimate given to us. We had to fundraise for that amount of money, and we started out with different ways of doing that.
One of my good friends did PR, one did the graphic design. I ended up being in charge of selling all of the bricks. We had someone doing the playground design, and we were all moms who were mothers of preschoolers who had just left the workforce.
We approached a lot of different big companies, and they said they couldn't fund us. We weren't really reaching the amount that we needed to reach. We decided to go ahead and ask the Darien Foundation for a large donation to kind of kickstart the campaign.
The Darien Foundation wanted us to expand the project a little bit because they felt like the playground was really only for the 2 to 6-year-olds. Once the Darien Foundation agreed to pledge money, the town agreed that we could put swings in.
When other people heard that we had gotten money from the Darien Foundation, they were able to say, well, this is going to happen. This idea is actually going to come to fruition. So a lot of people then came on as funders. Local businesses came. More families decided to buy bricks because they knew that this playground was really going to happen. It wasn't just some pipe dream of 19 moms.
Well, one of the great aspects of the playground as we designed it was that we had it open to the beach because the kids love running back and forth to the water and then back to the playground.
One of my favorite parts of the playground is that it's in the shape of the nautical theme with the ship and the lighthouse, given that it's on the beach.
It's because of the playground that the parents come and really take the time and enjoy, have their coffee, and watch their kids grow up and have fun.
Playground by the Sound has been an important part of the community for 10 years. During our 3rd annual Weed Beach Fest this June, we made the playground kind of a center point of the actual event. In honor of the 10th birthday of the Playground by the Sound, the Darien Foundation hosted our Kids Cove, and for the first time we were able to offer it open and free to the public for over 400 kids to enjoy, and we are so thankful for the Darien Foundation.
The Playground by the Sound grant had a big impact on the Darien Foundation in 2 ways. Number one, it was our first, or one of our first, big capital grants, and we were really excited to partner with the 4 moms that brought the project to us here at Weed Beach. The second thing is, it got people to feel in town that they could come to us and make presentations and bring their good ideas, and we would be receptive and open to hear those ideas. And it's created a great dialogue between the Darien community and the Darien Foundation.
People need to know that they can do something like this on their own, and with partnering with the Darien Foundation to actually do the funding made it happen.
I'm proud of the work the Darien Foundation has done over the past 20 years. If you live here, our work has likely impacted you, your family, and your neighbors. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4.2 million in grants, which create opportunity for Darien's youth, support our town's safety and security services, and enhance the overall quality of life in Darien through collaboration with community organizations.
As a family that's relatively new to town and planning to make this our long-term home, I'm grateful to see my community and my family benefit from the Darien Foundation. When I learned that the edible gardens at the elementary schools, the generator at the Darien Library, and the playground by the Sound were all funded by the same organization, I raised my hand to get involved. I'm proud to support an organization whose impact I see every day in our schools and throughout our community.
So far this year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $138,000 in grants to enhance our community. In 2013, the Darien Community Association opened a 4-acre bird sanctuary thanks to a grant from the Darien Foundation. The serene wooded glade has attracted numerous birds, bees, and butterflies, as well as more than 200 school children and other visitors. This year, they added a new pondless waterfall, as well as more trees, plantings, signage, and benches. In 1976, the Darien Historical Society and Darien High School students built the Middlesex, an authentic replica of the 18th century whaleboats. These were used by local patriots in the Revolutionary War to fight the British Navy in Long Island Sound. The Darien Historical Society is restoring this artifact so that it can be part of Darien's upcoming 2020 bicentennial celebrations. The live turtle exhibit continues to be the most popular attraction for children at the Darien Nature Center, which welcomes over 16,000 visits annually. A new forest and pond ecosystem will allow visitors to engage with several species of turtle that will live together in a 50-square-foot habitat that resembles their natural home.
This has been such a special collaboration between the Darien Nature Center and the Darien Foundation, because not only have they provided generous funding to us, but we've been able to meet with members of the foundation and our staff and talk about what is going to make the very best exhibit for the town of Darien, and we've really added value to the process by doing that.
The vast majority of food distributed by Person to Person is donated from local suppliers and businesses. A group of dedicated volunteers drives the brand new cargo van on these daily rounds, which each year account for more than $100,000 in collected food. Person to Person also has an extensive youth program, offering many Darien High School and middle school students their first experiences at volunteering.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have a beautiful new van. We're very excited about it, not only because it's new and it's safe for those who are riding in it and driving and going to pick up all the food, but also it speaks to the support of the Darien Foundation, as well as speaks to what Person to Person does in the community.
For more than 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien, offering our town's youth, emergency services, and community organizations an avenue to pursue innovation and excellence. Collaboration with you, the members of our community, has been vital to our mission. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are at the half here at Stadium Field. You're watching the DAF Media Network. Quarterfinals of the Class LL state playoffs between Darien and Greenwich. And as you can see, the Blue Wave up 12-9 at the half. Let's take a look now at some of the first half highlights here from our crew. Big interception there for Greenwich early on. Here's Peter Graham to Sean Gifford. The touchdown, as you can see, number 3, Gifford catches the ball at around the 2-yard line and then extends the ball across the goal line. And here's another interception by the Cardinals, number 23, Jack O'Gorman. And there was a big defensive play there by the Blue Wave. And here's Graham going up top to Michael Minikis as we take another look at that. Minikis comes back for the ball, makes a nice catch. It's it inside the 10-yard line. Here's the blocked punt by Greenwich. And here's Ranello as he loses the ball. Camizio breaks the tackle, gets into the end zone for the touchdown. And here's the interception by Bothwell as he takes it to the house for 6. We will take a quick break here, and we will be back with more live football. You're watching the DAF Media Network. Darien leads Greenwich 12-9 at the half. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew alongside Tommy Mercine, and we have a special guest here in the second half, Rich Camizio. And Rich, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
12-9 here. Darien leads Greenwich, but as Tommy and I have been talking throughout the first half, a really interesting game from the standpoint of both teams have had opportunities. Both coaches probably went into the locker room thinking it could have been worse, could have been better.
Yes, I would agree with that statement. I think I was talking to Tommy while we were off the air. You know, this is Coach Morello's really second big game against Trifone. Coach Trifone, who's been at it for 40-plus years.
Yep.
So I think there's a little element of getting out-coached, and I think it was apparent in the first half, and I think both teams will definitely have made some adjustments, and we'll see what the second half brings us.
Dougie Brown kicks off, and it's taken around the 15-yard line, across the 25 to about the 30.
And again, experience or not, the one thing about this Greenwich team is they're not going to stop coming. They got great character. The way they came back against Darien was remarkable, and they're going to give them a handful no matter what happens.
That was Spencer Hartley, number 28 on the return for Greenwich. So the Cardinals in the white uniforms with the red numbers, they'll be moving from right to left on your screen here in the second half. Darien in the blue jerseys with the white numbers moving from left to right. So here we go, 1st and 10 for Greenwich here as the second half is underway. The fake to Clark, they throw it out to Camizio, pass is complete across the 40-yard line. So a quick strike to Kobe Camizio
and you
to
know,
get things started
in
here.
the first half, they didn't get him the ball enough. I know that you're on the headset with us, so you might agree, but I was saying even before it.
I think one of the things that Coach Morello has to do is get rid of the ball a lot quicker, because I think our offensive line is having a little trouble with your defensive line. So hopefully that's one of the adjustments he's made.
And a little of a lean from number 15.
Oh, really?
But I agree with you, Rich, and I think that number 2, your son, and number 15 are are just tremendous assets and very effective, and they got to get the ball in their hands.
No doubt about it. They need quick passes to set up the run and to eventually set up, a longer pass play.
2 receivers split out to the left, and Ranello keeps it himself.
But you got to think, given the first half, Darien made a lot of mistakes, and
uncharacteristically,
it's 12-9. I mean, it's anybody's game.
No, it is. I mean, when I was on the sideline of Greenwich, like 2 minutes before the half, I mean, I literally felt like it was 28-0 Darien.
Right.
And it could have easily been without a couple mistakes.
Here's Ranello, calls his own number again, gets it to about the 40-yard line before he is pushed back by 3 Darien defenders.
First down.
And they do give him the first down. Bothwell in on the stop there. We are just underway here in the second half. You're watching this live stream on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Our DAF Media production crew, Ben White-Chulis, Dylan DeRiso, Braden Schenk, and Michael Mercine.
So, Rich, you got to be glad to see 44 back in. He's been hurt all year, right?
Yeah, Jack's had a rough couple seasons. He's had some major injuries. Unfortunately, this year it happened at the very first game. He did suit. We had heard his parents that here he goes. That was his first carry, right?
Jack Warren does get the call there, and he takes it to about the 46-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 47. So big number 44 getting in some work. First drive of the second half for the Greenwich Cardinals. And they give it to him again. And he gets maybe a yard.
And I think what you're seeing here is they're trying to establish the quarterback run, establish the throw to number 2, really stretch the defense, make sure that they're covering everybody, and you got to think over time that'll open up opportunities for a big play for Greenwich.
Well, I mean, rightfully so. I think Coach Trifone is loading the box on a junior quarterback with little big game experience. So he's daring him to make a play.
That's right. I think that's right.
3rd down here for the Cardinals. Camizio in motion. We've got a flag on the field. And we could have motion on Greenwich.
That's those cobwebs on Jack Warren. It's been 10 weeks since he's in uniform.
And it is a false start on the Cardinals. So that backs them up 5 yards. 3rd down and 9 for Greenwich. Big 3rd down here, Tommy, for the Cardinals.
Yes. And again, this is, I think, a lot about momentum, right? You think about the momentum Darien had in the first half of the last game, the momentum Greenwich had in the second half of the last game, and then the first half of this game was a complete, almost like a chess match.
Yeah.
It's like so this is a big play for Darien.
Trip receivers to the left. Barber split out to the right. Here's Ranello across the middle. It's complete. Nice catch. Big pickup for Greenwich to Camizio.
Rich, we're going to have to take your headset off if your son keeps doing what he's doing. I'm telling you right now.
I'm going to refrain from yelling.
Well, I can tell you we're very lucky that Rich isn't on the field, because I know Damien talks about when I played in college, but Rich was the best college athlete I ever played against. He was the most valuable player in the Ivy League my senior year, and his kids are definitely picking up in his footsteps.
So a big pickup for Greenwich on that play. Ranello to Camizio. Here's Ranello going far side of the field to Barber, incomplete.
You know, Seven's only a junior. He's got a nice job of timing on the outside patterns with his receivers. He throws a nice ball, gets rid of it quickly.
Tommy and I were saying in the first half, Ranello really gets that ball out quick to his receivers.
And he has to. I mean, our offensive line is very young, with the exception of Callum, number 56. And you know, you guys have a lot of size on the defensive line, and they can't hold on to the ball for a long period of time. That's for sure.
The pass is complete to Camizio. He slips up as the ball will be spotted at the 34 as we take another look at this here. And as he went to cut back, he just slipped.
The turf monster made the tackle.
Yep.
But it does feel like your coach got the memo about getting the ball to the athletes.
It's kind of interesting because both these defenses, they play with no deep coverage.
Yeah.
And you know, I see posts
I
open
agree.
the whole game on both
There's
sides.
no deep safety. You're right.
No.
There's Ranello. Throws to Barber, complete. Nice catch.
Terrific catch.
At the 25-yard line. Sam Wilson was right there, along with James Morrissey.
I wonder what they're
Is he short? No.
I'm sorry, Connor O'Malley, not Morrissey. O'Malley, number 7.
Face mask, Darien.
Really?
Oh.
So it's a face mask on the blue wave.
And that's like the 4th reasonably big penalty against Darien this game.
It seems a little uncharacteristic.
It does. Exactly right.
Ball marked at the 20-yard line. Ranello gives it to the big fella, 4'4". Warren again, the captain, one of the captains. We've been talking about him here in the start of the second half.
You got to think this kid's been out 10 weeks. He's going to give everything he has tonight. There's no question about it.
He's definitely hungry.
Yeah, he's definitely hungry, and as you mentioned, Rich has battled the injury bug.
6'3", 220. That's a pretty big kid to be back in the backfield.
He's heading to Cornell next year. Yeah.
Following in the footsteps of great Mark Miller.
Quick pass to Barber. Barber. And he takes it to about the 5-yard line.
Very close to a first down. Damon, we'll see what they give him.
Jackson Peters.
Again, this is what Greenwich needed to do. Come out, establish a rhythm, stretch the defense. We'll get a penalty?
Yeah, it's a penalty on Greenwich. Austin Damon on that tackle. Holding on the Cardinals. So that'll back up Greenwich.
Wow. Which is payback, because Greenwich had about 4th and 1,000 in the end of the second quarter. But again, I think that this is a different looking offense in that they're stretching the field, they're taking advantage of, and you know, you got to respect 44. So
yeah.
There's Ranello. Throws far side of the field, complete to Camizio, inside the 10-yard line.
Okay, Rich, you're going to have to take
They're doing
the
this
earphones off
purposely.
soon. You're killing us.
Austin Damel in on the stop. Nice catch. Great work by our production crew bringing you that replay. And a nice pass catch. Ranello to Camizio inside the 10-yard line.
We still haven't seen Greenwich's 2-back package, and I'm surprised because we were 1st and goal on the 1.5-yard line, and he opted to keep 3-4 receivers in. And he's doing it again.
There to get the playoff. They're going to have to spend a timeout. There's 4 seconds left on the clock.
And they just get it off. Warren, and he is brought down in the backfield. Bothwell.
You know what? That snap was because of the time on the clock. Yeah. They were rushing to get it done.
Ivanchik slows him down, and then Bothwell, the tackle.
We talked about in the first half, Ivanchik for a sophomore has just had a tremendous season. Definitely looks like his older brother.
They give it to Warren. He pops out right side across the 10.
And again,
another tackle by Bothwell.
Darien is in the bend but don't break mode here. And it's a tougher job for an offense that plays a spread to execute inside of the 10 than from a little further out.
Right.
3rd and goal
now
here.
Not having a deep safety doesn't hurt you.
Ranello. And Camizio was the intended receiver. And it looked like he got tangled up there with Austin Damel in the end zone.
I'll say it for Rich. Could have been interference.
Yeah, could have been.
Okay, go back to the game.
I'll save you the hometown call. It definitely could have been interference. Nobody in the Darien crowd is going to argue, but and again, now the field goal at the end of the first half and the 3 missed extra points factors in. Could end up with a tie game here.
Yeah.
There's Ben Howarth for Greenwich. Snap is down, kick is up, and it's no good. No good.
Wow. You know, Rich, both Darien and New Canaan got to find some soccer players. They're frustrated.
God, I think our soccer team was in the States as well.
So I'm going to say Darien's lucky there, Damien, to not have given. That was a great drive.
Yeah, it was.
By Greenwich. Just everything they could have wanted, except for converting at the very end.
Right.
It's a little bit like what we saw in the first half.
Right. Yep.
Where they had opportunities. There's a red zone opportunity. Can't capitalize.
You know, it just feels like to me, turnovers and a couple of big plays will be the difference in the second half here.
Could be. We'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Trifone has made.
So here's Graham.
Gives it to Kirby,
and
Rich
Kirby
has Greenwich been this good in the middle all year? Because we just can't do anything against the line.
Surprisingly, no. But I do think that they've made a couple of adjustments on the line, shifted some people around. We are back at full strength on the defensive line, which we weren't the first game.
Because this is a different game with respect to Darien's ability to run the football. They can't go anywhere.
Second down. Kirby stumbles behind the line of scrimmage.
Should have blown that dead. He was down.
Yeah, and a swarm of Greenwich defenders right there. Yeah, his knee hit the ground.
Loss of 2 on the play. That will bring up third down, 12, 18.
Oh, we want no audio though.
This is where Greenwich has been vulnerable all year, is the deep third and long situations.
3 receivers split out to the right. The pass is complete.
It's a bizarre call.
Yeah.
To Aaron Sears.
Unusually conservative by Coach Truffaut.
I mean, they've been having success downfield all game. I don't know why you don't challenge one of the D-backs again.
Evan Weigold in on the tackle, and Rich, he has been a name we've called a lot here during this game. The captain, number 8, he's been all over the field.
He's had a 2-year run of just unbelievable plays, interceptions, turnovers, interceptions returned for touchdowns. True captain, true leader.
Hayden Hall back to punt for Darien. Gets it off. Bounces it around the 45-yard line across midfield before it rolls out of bounds.
Rich, they rotate the deep back. It seems like they're going a little rotation of who's back.
Yeah, now that's Spencer Hartley, who's one of the captains who's had a very injury-prone season as well. So I don't know. You know, AJ's muffed a couple of punts, including today, the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
Then my son was in for one. I don't know why they would have taken him out.
And let's see if Greenwich can continue the momentum that they had on the first drive of the
Finally,
first half.
we have a 2-back package in.
Yeah.
So this is our kind of our heavy package where you'll see Hunter trap, block.
Ranello throws to Camizio. Pass is complete. He takes it across. Oof. Gets it to almost the 40-yard line. Takes it across the 45 as we take another look here. Damel with the tackle. 2 tackling 2. And it's going to be spotted at the 42.
Rich, if he catches another pass, we're going to throw you out.
Well, he took himself out right now.
Kobe has been hot here in the second half. They give it to Warren. Not much doing there for Greenwich. But they have been utilizing Jack Warren here. In the second half. Third quarter, they give it to Warren on second down. And nice run to the far side of the field across the 35. And that'll bring up third and short for Greenwich.
We have a player down for Darien.
Got an injured player on the field. I look at Jack Warren, and I can't think of the kid's name, but I covered him when he played at Greenwich. Went to play at Princeton, was also a lacrosse. This is when Albanizio had the team. He was a running back, terrific player, and his name escapes me. I have to look that up, but I look at Jack Warren in terms of his just size and everything.
Not his father.
No.
And I'm thinking about the tight end that played at Stanford. He was a big kid from
he was. This is going back 07, 08-ish.
Okay.
when Greenwich had some really great teams.
Yeah.
Coach Albanizio, back-to-back state championships in 06 and 07. Beat Southington 28-7 in the 06 state final and beat Shelton 28-14. Shelton had some teams back then as well.
Right.
That was when you had the holy trinity of Italian coaches in Fairfield County. You had Albanizio, Trifone, and Marinelli. It was
and Della Vecchia was still at St. Joe's starting to get it going there. That's back when Della Vecchia was winning state championships at the Class S level with a kid by the name of Tyler Matakevich, who's on the Steelers roster playing on Sundays.
I think Bothwell was cramped. It looked like he had a cramp. Although it's not walking like he had a cramp. And that's going to be a big loss if he can't get back out on the field. He's definitely a stalwart of the defense and the kid that scored the touchdown in the first half, at the end of the first half.
This is the beauty. This is the beauty of what we do. Someone just texted me who I respect, Jonathan Myers. Do you remember that name? Jonathan Myers was the running back for Greenwich. So a big third down here for Greenwich.
Absolutely.
3rd and 2. And we've got a timeout. Oh, that's the end of the third.
That was quick.
Yeah, that was quick. I didn't even look at this. So it's the end of the third, and that'll do it. 12-9, Darien.
That was a 12-minute quarter.
With the lead.
This is running time?
God. So we head to the fourth quarter, and if we can bring this up, Braden, there we go. There's a look at the bracket, this side of the half of the bracket in Class LL. So the winner of this game, the 3 seed versus the 6 seed, moves on to play the winner of the Southington-Ridgefield game. So we've got 3 FCIAC teams in this side of the bracket. Of course, Ridgefield coming off another good regular season, upset New Canaan up there at Tiger Hollow, which is just a great facility. And Darien, of course, faced Southington, Tommy, earlier in the season, and beat Southington here.
That was a pretty lopsided victory for Darien.
It was a 24-8 win on September the 20th under the lights here at Stadium Field. Here's Ranello, gives it to Warren, and he's got
depend on the mark. It's going to depend on the mark.
Yeah,
he's short, I think.
It looks like
from this angle, it looks like he's short.
Yeah,
he's a big back.
He really is. Strong kid, huh, Rich?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's very athletic, too.
It is. He is short. It's.
You're going to measure.
Oh, there's another injured player?
Greenwich.
Now, it seems like kids cramp more these days than they did.
And you would think they know more about nutrition nowadays.
Right.
Damian Andrew, Tommy Mercine, Rich Camizio joining you. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, Rich, for hopping on here in the second half. Good to have you. And Tommy and I were just mentioning in the first half, great crowd, as you would expect with Greenwich. Travel well.
Such a great high school scene.
Yeah, it's a great high school scene. And again, our DAF media production crew doing just terrific work tonight as the temperature is dropping here.
Yeah, we're about 40 degrees away from perfection tonight.
Right. Ben Wychulis, camera 1, Dylan DeRiso, camera 2. Our director is Braden Schenk, and our instant replay coordinator is Michael Mercine.
So it looks like, what, 4th and about a yard.
About a yard.
And 6'3", 230-pound back.
But this is the one thing I don't like about a spread offense is like why we don't get under center.
I know. Agreed.
Jack Warren is now 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
They throw, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, there's a lot of OK Boomer saying, why aren't you under center?
Daniel Perez, the intended receiver
Right.
here.
Yeah.
Ranello.
He didn't even fake it.
And that's good coverage.
Yeah.
Great
I mean,
coverage.
that's great coverage.
Great coverage that time. By the way, Southington leads Ridgefield with 7 minutes left in that game, 13-9.
Wow.
So that is a close game
well.
up in Southington.
All right, we're going to kick Rich off the mic right now
Thanks for
because
having
his
me,
son has
guys.
had too many catches with him with the headphones on. So hopefully Darien has a shot.
You guys
Rich,
do a
thank
great
you.
job. I've actually watched a Darien game on
That pass is
on
complete
YouTube. You
to
guys do a
Austin
great
Dable.
job.
Thank you, Rich.
Well, thanks for having me.
Good to see
Of
another number
course,
2
yeah.
catch a pass there. Thanks,
Great.
Rich. That was a great throw and catch right there by Darien. And again, this game is tied in a knot.
They go back-to-back to Damel. This time it's incomplete.
Just out of his fingertips. And now that Rich is gone, I can say that Rich was one of the best college football players of my generation. He was tremendous. This small guy, but boy, what a great player he was. He had about 220 yards rushing against Yale when I was a senior. He absolutely shredded us.
The pass incomplete over the middle. Intended receiver was Mulligan.
Good throw. Just good coverage there.
And a big hit delivered. Weigold. Weigold, we've called his name.
Kids all over the field.
Yeah, a lot. Man, that third quarter did fly by.
God, that was fast.
We're just underway here in the fourth quarter. Graham on the run, and he's brought down
You know, that was a good non-throw.
by
It's
James
tough
Schmidt.
to lose
Yeah,
10
he
yards,
ate it. Yep.
but
He ate it.
he had nothing open and
Yep. So it's fourth
a lot.
and a lot. As we take another look at that, James Schmidt, the big fella, 6'1", 200, the junior defensive tackle
It
in
just
hot
feels
pursuit.
like Greenwich is hanging around. You know, it does not feel like Darien can put this game away.
There's Hayden Hall back to punt.
Pet peeve of mine. It's annoying watching those Greenwich kids trying to draw us off sides.
And Spencer Hartley back to his fair catch at the 35-yard line. Hartley. And so here comes Greenwich back out onto the field. Their offense led by their quarterback.
Kind of like the inverse of the first half, where
James
Darien
Ranello, yeah.
moved the ball with less success than
Yep.
you would have hoped.
Yep.
Greenwich has moved the ball,
Yep.
but hasn't really come away with much other than 3 points off of a sustained drive, which could have easily been a touchdown drive. So you're still locked in this sort of wrestling match.
Ranello, quick pass, complete,
Ball.
and the ball's loose.
That was my instinct, yelling ball when you see a fumble, but
So the pass
Greenwich
was
came up with it.
complete to Mason Muir, and then it was recovered by Callum Abernathy, one of the captains. You'll see it here again. Great work by our production crew.
that's a great job by the camera crew, I'll tell
Yep.
you, Damien.
He loses the ball, and then Abernathy, number 56, is Johnny on the spot. Here's Ranello, going to keep it himself, and he takes it across the 40 before he is wrapped up by 3 Darien defenders.
Good job by the quarterback running out of the first tackle, I'll tell you. He's a very athletic kid.
Miles Drake and James Morrissey in on the tackle there.
And this is a big play.
Very
this
big
is
play.
a very, very big play. You're running out of time.
9 minutes remaining now in the game. Boy, it doesn't get any better than this for a state playoff game. Here's Ranello. Swings it to Warren. Warren shy of the first down.
Great tackle by Wilson.
By Wilson in the open field.
Dan Wilson with the stop. We will wait for the spot.
Just goes to show how big Warren is. Wilson's a pretty big kid. And
roughing the passer call. That's a bad penalty on Darien right there.
So it's
Damien.
a roughing the passer, and this is a big break here for Greenwich.
That's the fourth probably major penalty, if not fifth, against Darien, which is very uncharacteristic of them. Usually Coach Traffone's teams are pretty well disciplined. That's a very costly penalty.
Coach Trafone and his staff cannot be happy with that penalty. The ball will be spotted on the 41-yard line. Greenwich now in Darien territory. Here's Ranello. Gives it to Clark. He bounces off a tackler. And then a Vanchik wraps him up.
By the defense.
Jackson Walsh had him, and then he bounced off a Walsh.
Yep. And
Tries to cut outside, and he's brought down by a Vanchik.
I kind of hope the Greenwich coach doesn't do this, but they should be stretching the field and trying to get the ball to the outside to Barber and Camizio. Those are really their best weapons.
Pass over the middle is incomplete.
They tried.
Intended receiver was Camizio.
Yep.
Great crowd, great atmosphere under the lights. We're now 2 years in to the stadium lights. And you know what's funny? We were up, the Danbury game was played at Brookfield. Okay, and I bring up Brookfield because Brookfield is the only other school in Connecticut that has these LED lights, and they are phenomenal.
They really are.
So we had a chance. Danbury was getting its track resurfaced, so they couldn't play the game there, so it was moved to Brookfield, and Brookfield is the only other school with these kind of lights. Here's Ranello, and he is brought down by a Vanchik, and the Vanchik is fired up.
Yes, he is. Wow, it's a big defensive series so far.
The sophomore. Great work, guys. Really great work.
That's great effort. That's a great never say die effort by Vanchik. You know, going back to the lights, you got to give really two main. Mark Maybell and Peter Graham deserve a ginormous amount of credit for the work they've done to get this town, both the fields, the lights, the whole contributions that they were able to manage to graze is a spectacular effort by those guys.
Well, what the Darien Athletic Foundation has done with the facilities here, I started working in this area in news in 2006, and this was a nice facility, but it is not what it is, not what it
no,
is
done
now.
Just a spectacular job.
And it's a beautiful facility, and a lot of people in this community have given a lot of their time, energy, and effort to making this campus what it now is today, and there's still work that's going to be ongoing. As you know, the track or the cross country track is now being
is it
finished up.
Under construction? I know
it's
that.
under construction, yeah.
Well, this town, you know, they raised more money for the fields than they did the library. But it was money well spent. There seems to be quite a conference down there.
The legal substitution, Darien.
Okay, so we're going to re-kick. There's a 5-yard penalty on Darien, and they're going to have to re-kick.
5-yard penalty.
So here, Damien, we really just want no mistakes on this kick.
I believe it's Gifford.
Is that Minicus?
Or is it Minicus?
Let's find Minicus. Well, you might be right. It's Gifford.
Gifford. I will.
Rob is certainly demanding a little bit of an explanation here.
I might put off that trip to the
yeah,
eye doctor
exactly.
for another couple of weeks. Yeah, Gifford is back to receive.
And what is going on? Oh, so I think what happened was
Okay, so we're not going to redo
the illegal
kick.
substitution is a call that you can take the yards on either side, and I'm betting that Greenwich is choosing to knock Darien back 5 from where it was rather than re-kick.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. So that is what's happened here.
So they do. They
the
will
Mensa
not
meeting is over, and now they decided that
they will not.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Darien from further back than where it would have been 1st and 10.
This is big for Darien now. Here,
they need to drive
in their
here,
own. They're ball spotted at what, the 18-yard line?
Yep.
So 7:21 left in the game. They're up 3.
And Darien needs a drive. They need a couple of first downs. Greenwich has been knocking on the door the whole half.
They pitch out to Kirby. Tries to get outside, and he does. He's brought down by Abazia. Abazia and number 1, Hugo Mark on the tackle there. So it's 2nd down.
About 7?
Yeah, about 7, 8. Graham.
And here's where
checks
passing
his wrist.
offense isn't always your best friend, because the clock's going to stop on an incompletion.
And that ball bounces to Jackson
That
Peters.
gets a completion, though.
Oh, he did catch it.
Yeah, so it's a catch.
He did catch it.
3rd and 2. This is a big play.
Yep.
This is a very big play
third
here.
and short here for the Blue Wave. 6:25 remaining.
Here's where I think you wish you had you had a 2-back set that you could use. Again, short yardage is tough in a spread.
Pass is complete.
Good
and
throw
it
and
looks
catch.
like they have the first down.
Great
Gifford
play.
with the reception. And that's a Darien first down.
That's a confident throw. That's
Yep.
a really confident throw and catch out of a couple of good seniors. Good job by Peter Graham there. Speaking of Peter Graham, I know Timmy Graham is watching tonight. Had a great season and had a birthday yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday,
And Timmy
Tim.
Graham also
Did
has
not
a
know
paper due tomorrow, so he's got to turn this off and get to work as soon as the game's over.
Had a chance to say hello to Timmy on Thanksgiving morning.
It was a great interview.
And there's Kirby, gets outside across the 35.
That's exactly what Darien needs. Just try to get a ground game going, burn time off the clock, keep the Greenwich offense off the field. It's the first real positive yardage they've had up the middle all game. And it couldn't come at a better time.
I don't give my opinions too much, but I keep feeding them.
Yeah, I would feed the beast.
Under 6 minutes remaining in this quarterfinal game. They give it to Gifford.
Jet sweep, I like the call.
And he picks up a couple as we take another look at it. Great work by our crew once again.
Yep. And I'm not here to grade film, but 17 could have done a little better on the block, but did pick up 3 yards. And again, another very big play here for Darien. Look at the stuffing in the box. Look at everybody up.
Everybody up front.
Okay. So it's probably smart by Rob to use a timeout here to ensure they have the right call.
Blue Wave will call a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching the DAF Media Network. Darien leads Greenwich 12-9. We'll be right back. Here we go. 3rd and 2 for Darien. Big play in this game.
Huge play for Darien.
Graham, and it's incomplete.
I love that call.
But we've got a pass interference call. Do we have a flag on the play?
We're hoping for one, that's for sure. They did call it. Wow, that's a
pass interference.
That's a crushing call.
That's a crushing call for the Greenwich Cardinals. So Darien will get a fresh set of downs, and that is a big play in this game.
Huge. That's a huge play for Darien, and that's, I don't want to say it's a gift, but let's just say I didn't love the call, and I'm happy for Rob that it went in his favor.
Big break for the Wave, no question. Ball's on the
That was really critical for this game. And you know, the 40 seconds is about as important as the 2 yards.
I'm laughing because the ball spotted on
the 53,
47 or the 53.
The ball's on the 53 of Darien. The Greenwich 47 or the 53 of Darien.
Oh man, I'll never live that one down. So that was a big break for Darien, no question about it.
And it's
still lots of time left. 4:21.
You know, if Darien can make this a 2-score game, that is critical to the outcome. But you know, a lot can happen between now and then.
Sure. A lot of time left.
I don't know why the clock has stopped. Well, there's not 24 minutes left, so that could be part of it. There we go. Having some technical issues.
Yep, 4:27 left in the game.
And they wind the clock, and here we go.
2nd down.
So they should let some time tick off here. If you're Peter Graham, you're looking at the clock at the end of the field, and you're waiting. Every moment counts.
And that's exactly what he is doing.
That's a senior, it's experience.
Yep. Goes to Kirby. Kirby picks up a couple before he's knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field.
Good play.
As we take another look. And you like this play.
Well, the timing is hard to get right, but once you get it right, it really is an effective play because it's hard to get a guy up on the back that fast.
Yep.
Because generally you're being covered by a middle linebacker if you're the back in the backfield. And if that timing is down and you're as good of a running back as Will Kirby is, it's going to be yards.
Yeah.
But it's a really hard pass to throw, and it's a really hard catch to make.
3rd and 6.
Oh, look at this.
And the ball is picked off. Hugo Mark steps in front of Jackson Peters.
Now, look, that's not great, but it's not that much worse than a punt.
The ball's deep in the Greenwich end. Yeah, no question. Graham puts it up, was going for Peters, one of his favorite targets.
You know, had he been stepping into that a little more, you probably would have had a completion, but he saw it was the right read, but he just didn't have enough into it because he wasn't throwing it off his front foot.
Throws it up. I don't know if we'll have that. It'll go out of frame there. But great effort by Hugo Mark.
Yep.
The junior safety steps in front there of.
Especially in high school, that's a throw that you got to plant your foot and really make moving forward. It's a hard throw to make off of unbalanced throwing position.
And nearly picked off.
Yep. Here's
Nello's pass intended for number 18, Matthew Pills.
But look, it's time for the defense to step up. The defense has been, you know, the core, the heart of this Darien football program for a long time. It's Rob's background, and this is when they have to step up in the state championships.
There's Ranello throwing downfield, and
again, great cover, great job. That was good effort. That was good pressure. Somebody stole somebody's jersey there, 81.
Yeah. Yeah.
A stolen jersey on, maybe it's a,
so
here we Christian Trafone coming back from Clemson.
Here we go, 3rd and 10 for Greenwich.
I'll tell you who it's not. It's not Michael Minikis is out there. No, it's not Michael Minikis. So he might be hurt.
There's Ranello. And that's picked off by Sam Wilson, and he takes it to the house.
Wow.
So a pick 6 for Wilson. And maybe
that's
the biggest
a great
play of the game.
by the captain. That's just a great play by the senior, Sam Wilson.
Steps
Holy
in
cow.
front of the Ranello pass.
And that's a throw that that kid wants back.
Yep, no doubt.
Yeah. You hate to say you feel bad for a quarterback, but I mean, that's a throw that should not have gotten made. And that is going to be tough to bounce back from.
Yeah, great point by, as we take a look at the Darien stands, great crowd, the student body in full force, and that's a great point by our camera 2 operator, Dylan DeRiso. 2 Darien touchdowns off of turnovers.
Like I said, defense.
Yep, defense coming up big. Now as you take a look at the Wilson interception, the pick 6.
And that's a great kid too. Sam Wilson's a great kid, and just a
Middlebury's getting a good one.
Yes, they are.
And nice job there. Another angle here, as you can see it. And Sam Wilson has himself maybe the biggest play of the game. 18-9. 2:59 remaining as Darien starting to feel it a little bit, but we've still got
a lot of football.
A lot of football
left.
And Hayden Hall on to attempt the point after.
Let's see if Rob can successfully execute an extra point.
That is up, and it is good.
Okay. And again, that's just a critical defensive play. I mean, it was just critical.
Yep. 19-9. A little bit of an unusual score, but it is what it is. 19-9 with 2:59 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Darien trying to punch its ticket to the state semifinals that will be held Monday night. And the state football playoffs in Connecticut pushed back a day because of the weather at the start of the week.
It's a long season, boy.
Boy, I tell you what,
plays till December. It's a long season.
December 14th will be the state championship games. I mean, I don't remember it ever going that far into December.
It makes it tough for a two-sport. If a kid plays basketball and football, it's tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fun for us. I love football season.
It's great. It's great. This is a lot of fun. It's been great. I want to thank you again for hopping on. You've been so kind with your time, and
well, it's a lot of fun, you know. The Darien high school program is now been helped a lot by what we do in the DJFL at the junior levels, and
Yep.
having been involved in that for a while, it's just very gratifying to see the success that comes from having a lot of kids just enjoy the game of football. And I think both towns embody that, and it's great.
Nice return for Spencer Hartley.
Jake Shredders.
Or it's Shredders, I'm
Shredder.
sorry. Yeah, it's Jake Shredders. Great name.
First team all name.
First team, no question. First team all name, no question. Yep.
He's about 9 inches too short,
Yep.
though, it looks like, for the name.
Simsbury defeats Chester 17-14.
So now Darien can loosen up a little bit on defense, just don't get torched by the deep ball here. And if they let up 4, 5, 6 yards on a run with 2 minutes and 52 seconds left, it's not the end of the world.
2:52 left. First down for Greenwich. They got to hurry here. Ranello. The pass is complete
Ooh, Jesus,
to
that's a
Hartley,
missed tackle.
and Hartley streaks down the far side of the field before he is brought down at around the 20-yard line. So Spencer Hartley, we've called his name a few times tonight on special teams, the kick returner, and
It's one missed tackle. The quarterback did a great job scrambling out of pressure, and like I said, this
you and I both
Greenwich team
said
is
it.
not going to give up. And hopefully we can bend but not break here if you're a Darien fan.
There's Ranello over to middle to Barber, and he gets into the end zone. That's a touchdown, Greenwich. So just like that, not much time elapsed.
Nope.
And we've got ourselves still a ball game here as A.J. Barber finds the end zone. Quick strike by the Greenwich offense. Barber, nice reception across the middle of the field, and then just beats Damel to the pylon.
So are they going to go for 2 or 1 here? If they go for 2, a field goal will win it. If they go for 1, a field goal will tie it, and they're going for 1.
Howarth on to attempt the PAT.
Howarth, Ben Howarth is on, and he puts it up.
Drills it.
And it's good.
Good, we're back to a 3-point game.
Okay.
And
so like I said, this game is far from over.
Far from older. Far from over.
And let's hope Darien can muster a second offensive touchdown.
Here's another look at it, and I think we're going to see that. Yeah, great job by our production crew. Nice work.
Great job by the crew.
Yep.
And a nice job of the quarterback moving his feet in the pocket, and then Barber's just a great athlete. Just a great athlete.
Again, our production crew in the back, Braden Schenk and Michael Mercine, doing terrific work with our instant replay and switching cameras. Camera 1, Ben Wychulis, and Dylan DeRiso, our ISO camera. He's been lights out tonight on camera 2. So great job by our crew. And they keep sneaking into that press box, Tommy. Not probably the right idea. So here we go. Howarth will kick off here. Back to receive for Darien, Sean Gifford. And Connor O'Malley. Gifford takes it at around the 10-yard line, across the 20, and he is brought down at around the 21-yard line.
And Greenwich is fired up. They're not giving up.
Nope.
You know, this team they're bringing back 17 starters, so they're mostly juniors. They're not giving up. And these Darien better play like, like champions. Otherwise, this game is far from over, Damien.
No question. 2:17 left. Southington beats Ridgefield.
Okay.
So the winner of this game is headed north to Southington on Monday night.
timeouts.
You know what? I'm going to check on that, Tommy.
Looks like Greenwich just spent one of their timeouts. And they've got 2 left, it looks like. 2 left?
Second down, 9.
Greenwich has 2 remaining, and Darien has 1 remaining.
All right, so
timeouts.
Really, Darien needs a first down. So here's a conundrum for a spread offense, right? If you really want the yards, you got to throw a pass.
Yep.
If you throw a pass and it's incomplete, you're just giving the team that has the momentum more time. It's not a catch-21, but it is a conundrum because they've been unsuccessful at grinding yards out all game.
Great view there. You can see the Greenwich crowd.
Yep, who's very fired up.
Yep, the student section
so
bouncing up and down.
Are going under center, which is unusual. They're going to the black ops package that Rob Trifone likes to use.
They pitch out to Sam Wilson, and Sam Wilson has all kinds of running room, and
no flags.
He is gone. Touchdown, Darien. Sam Wilson.
There you go.
2 big-time plays, one on defense and one on offense, as he takes it to the house.
There you go.
Wow.
And that's a play that Greenwich was not set up to defend. Nice job by Rob Trifone and the staff going under center, going to the run, mitigating exactly what I was talking about as a risk.
Yep.
And it definitely was a higher payout than they were hoping for.
You're absolutely right that they weren't in position to defend. Once he cut that corner and got outside, as we're going to take another look at this.
They're so jammed in the box, they've got nobody deep and nobody to hit a pursuit angle that's able to stop Wilson once he gets going.
So a 79-yard touchdown run for Sam Wilson. Wow, and number 9 with 2 of the biggest plays in this game.
Absolutely.
And a great job by our crew bringing you that instant replay. The point after is good.
We can exhale and breathe a little easier with, what, a minute 57 left.
Minute 57, 26-16. Darien up 10 in this quarterfinal matchup in the CIAC Class LL playoffs.
And you know, you got to give Rob and the staff credit because this is a team that knows how to win.
Yeah.
You know, they did not have the momentum. They literally stole the momentum from Greenwich there. And it's just a bunch of kids that know they can win and are confident they can win because of what the inspiration they get from the coaching staff. I mean, it really is a testament to a great program. And I'm biased, but it's in my view, it's impossible to overstate the importance of a good coach. And you know, my dad played for the great Vince Lombardi.
Yep.
And they used to say about Lombardi, and I think this is true about Rob, that he could take his and beat yours, or he could take yours and beat his. As a great coach. Yeah. And I think Rob is testament.
That's well said.
True?
That's great. He had so many great lines, phrases. Want to give a shout out to the whole Wilson family. I know avid viewers of the DAF Media Network, and boy, oh boy, Sam has turned in quite a performance.
He sure has.
Tonight. A lot of fun to watch. The big pick six, and then he busts the 79-yard touchdown run.
And if Jake is listening, he should do his homework and study up, and he's going to be a great player too. He's a freshman.
So this comes back.
34-yard line, first down, 10.
And it feels great, but you never want to It's not over till it's over, as they say.
Not over till it's over. Here we go, Ranello.
God, again, Vanchik's in there.
And Vanchik in pursuit.
Energizer Bunny, man. He just keeps coming.
He does have that low center of gravity, gets off the ball quickly, and goes right back to his spot and gets ready to do it all over again.
If he weighs 200 pounds, 180 of them are below the number 33. He's all lower body, that kid. Just a great build for a football player.
Earlier in the broadcast, we commented on number 81. That was, in fact, Christian Allegro, number 81, the sophomore wide receiver, defensive back for Darien. So apologize on that.
Looks like he's playing in place of Minikis.
Yes, Minikis.
I don't see him out there.
Out, yeah. Minikis got nicked up in the Turkey Bowl. So here we go, 3rd down for Greenwich. The pass complete to Barber. You know, Barber, it took a long time for that ball to get to Barber,
sure
but
did.
boy, oh boy, Barber turned.
It came back
and
for
it. Came back for it, and it was right
Yep.
there. And a nice tackle by Jackson Peters.
That was
Jackson Peters, of course, goes both ways, talented athlete.
Quarterback took a good hit there, too.
Yep. So it's a 1st down. Greenwich going to have to hurry here as time not on their side. 1:20 remaining. And
good push right there by the line. Really good push by the Darien line.
And Bothwell.
Really good push.
And Teddy Christensen, the junior.
That's a terrific job.
Christensen, 5'11", 236.
Big downhill kid. Kid's
Yeah.
going downhill. Timeout, Greenwich.
So a timeout, Greenwich. We'll take a quick timeout. We will be back with more football. The conclusion of this one, 49 seconds remaining in the game. Darien holding on to a 26-16 lead. We'll be back here watching the DAF Media Network. We are back here. The pass complete at the 45-yard line. Ranello to Matthew Pils.
Brings up 3rd and 10 with. Well, it's starting to look better for Darien. As a fan, you know, it's not over till it's over, but it's starting to look better.
There's Ranello to the sideline. Pass is complete to Camizio across the 50-yard line.
And again, just the Darien kids know how to win. You know, Greenwich is a great program, a lot of kids, a lot of juniors. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with next year, but these Darien kids, you get accustomed to winning, you got a great coaching staff, and they find a way to make plays.
Ranello.
Fumble.
And the ball is stripped. It's on the turf.
That ought to do it, Dan.
Darien recovers it, yeah. Darien recovers it, I believe.
58.
That's Charlie Hunter. Let's take another look here. Ball's on the turf there, yep. Hunter gets in there,
Yes,
he gets on it, and that will do it. So Darien takes over.
They got to
with
run
30
one play
seconds
and
left.
2 plays, right? 25 seconds on the clock.
Yep. What an effort by Darien.
That's a terrific football game, I'll tell you.
Well, listen, there wasn't a good feeling in that locker room post-Turkey Bowl. That's for sure.
I can imagine.
And then you've got to play. Oh, here's your first opponent in the state playoffs is a team that you beat on the road in a tough environment, and now you got to play them again. Granted, it's at home.
4 yards away from beating you.
That was 4 yards away from beating you. Yeah, right. So
no, this shows the kind of character that you need to see from a team that has a shot to win a state championship, and they do.
Yep.
But Southington's going to be. They're going to be really prepared. I mean, they did not play well last time they played Darien, and that's going to be a hell of a challenge. I think that does it.
And the time is ticking down, and that will do it as Darien will beat Greenwich 26-16 in the quarterfinals of the CIAC Class LL state playoffs.
Great game.
As the student section rushes onto the field. And again, a shout out to our DAF media production crew. Without them, this doesn't happen. All student volunteers.
Freshman All-Americans.
Freshman All-Americans tonight, no doubt. Our director, Braden Schenk. Instant replay coordinator was Michael Mercine. Our camera one operator, Ben Wychulis, and Dylan DeRiso, our camera 2 operator. Tommy, it's been a lot of fun.
Damien.
It's really been a lot.
Thanks for everything you do.
Great. Thank you.
Town is very lucky to have you.
For all the help that you have provided me and DAF Media. And again, Darien beats Greenwich 26-16. So the Blue Wave move on to the state semifinals in Class LL, where they will play Southington Monday night in Southington. And of course, the winner of that moves on to play for the Class LL state championship on December 14th. So for Tommy Mercine, I am Damian Andrew. This has been a production of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Once again, Darien wins 26-16. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody. Take care.